Welcome to Evolution of Self with me, Britannia. Hello. So today what I want to speak to you about is being aware of the excuses you make to yourself. I realised this the other day about myself, and I try to live with the reality of things, but it's something that snuck up on me. I realised that I had things that I wanted to do through the day, and I am someone who tends to have a longer list than I can actually possibly do in a day. But what I realised was I was making excuses for why I didn't do things. And what I realised was that those excuses don't change the reality. The reality is that when you don't do something you want to do, you haven't done it. It doesn't really matter why you didn't do it, because the truth is it wasn't done. The why doesn't change whether something got done or not. And that's not really to say that it's just about doing things. It can be excuses for anything. It can be excuses for a way that you've behaved that you're not particularly happy about. It can be excuses for why you missed a meeting or why you didn't go out with a friend when you agreed to do it. All of these things are things that you wanted to do differently. And your excuses don't change the fact that you didn't do it differently. And I think what's very important to realise when you catch yourself making excuses is that you've done or behaved or not behaved or whatever it is in a way that you didn't want to. It's not in line with who you really want to be. And it's really important to catch yourself when you make those excuses, because otherwise your life can just become one great big excuse. But it doesn't change what did or didn't happen. The only thing that can really change that is when you accept that you did or didn't do something, and then you make a commitment to do it differently in the future, and you stick to that commitment. Because if you then make a commitment to change something in the future and you don't, then it's just more excuses. So the excuses are really there to detract you from being who you truly want to be. When you realise that, you realise they don't change anything. And the only thing that really will change anything, although it can't change the past, it can't change the reality, but it can change how you behave in the future, is for you to realise it, acknowledge it, and choose to behave differently going forwards. Because that is your prerogative. Our prerogative is to change, it's to do things differently. But quite often we can't do that until we become aware of something. I hope you enjoyed today's Thought Bite. As usual, all the links are in the show notes below. I've recently released a new free 7-day Increase Your Happiness course, and the link to that is also in the show notes below. So much love from me to you. Bye-bye.